welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So tonight's concert was Dermot Kennedy with a band called Talos as the opener, and it was at the Fillmore Silver Spring. And so getting there was actually pretty easy. There was a little bit of traffic, but it wasn't too bad, and I got there like with plenty of time, and I didn't feel like I was in a rush at all, so that was nice. And I parked in my same parking garage that I always park in, so again, that was pretty easy, and it wasn't too crowded, so again, just kind of a nice ride down, and it wasn't too crazy. So the opening band was overall pretty hard to understand most of the lyrics, and so that was, as always, disappointing, especially because a lot of the instrumental stuff I really did like, but then the lyrics were just really hard to understand. Especially when the singer would kind of sing in that higher octave. It was like, whoa, like really difficult to understand. So when they first came out, they kind of like had this weird slow intro, and that was really like definitely you're not a big enough band to do that, so no one was like anticipating you going on. So I didn't really like that first opening. Like the very like beginning of it was not something that I was really a fan of. But the first song I really did like the instrumental part of, and then the second song, the lyrics that I could understand were really good, and then the third song, which was like mostly instrumental, I really liked the instrumental part. And then the next couple songs, like he tried to sing in like the high voice, and even one song he sang in that like really high voice, and at first it was just like oohs and ahs, and I was like, oh, I actually really like that touch, the high voice. And then at the end he was clearly trying to sing lyrics, and I was like, I really don't know what you're saying, and it just wasn't super impressive, and it was hard to understand. So yeah, really kind of just overall difficult to understand. So they talked at one point about how this song reminded them of home, and yeah, that was kind of it. Again, just like lots of like high-pitched singing that I couldn't understand, lots of normal singing lyrics that I couldn't understand. So I really wish I could have understood the lyrics. And so my sister, who went with me, she said that she had listened to them previously, or tried to listen to them previously, and she couldn't even understand the lyrics on the recording. So that makes me think that maybe it's not just a live show thing, and it wasn't just the sound, it has something to do with the way that he sings, or I don't know, the way he like uses the mic or something. So I don't know. I would be interested to see if you guys have listened to it before, or if you like agree or don't agree, or if I'm missing something, or should just listen to him and them in general. I don't know. So anyway, Dermot Kennedy. Whew. My sister introduced me to him, and I have been listening to him quite often because I really do like his music. So it was like amazing how much more clear he was compared to the first band. Like it was just incredible, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what normal bands sound like. This is great. So yeah, definitely a plus that you could understand pretty much every word he was singing. So that was really good, and obviously I knew a few more songs, but definitely just overall much more clear. Even the songs I didn't know were so much more clear. So the first song I recognized, and I really loved the build-up. It started out a little bit slower, and then you definitely got that more fast pace. And I really loved the second song. Of course, I want to say it was Shine, maybe that's the name of it. But like just seeing it live with like real life percussion was so fantastic. It was just like great. It was definitely like this high energy song, and it was really cool to see it with the percussionist. I thought he did a really good job. So yeah, that was really cool. Then which is like super cute, right? So they're from Ireland, and so he thanked the crowd for packing out the room instead of selling out the shows. That was like just like fun. I loved like the little subtle differences in terms and stuff like that. And then he talked about how the next song he wrote it in like one afternoon, and of course I didn't really love the chorus of that song, but I did really like in the second verse when the music became more powerful. I really liked that, so I thought that was definitely a saving grace in that song, because the first time the chorus came on I was like, nope, not gonna like it. And then that second verse came in and I was like, ooh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. But then of course every time the chorus came back I was like, nope, still don't like the chorus. So definitely wasn't a fan of the chorus for that one. So then the lights went out, and they did like this great little tease of one of their songs that I totally know, and of course I don't know the title of, but It was so great. It was like they played like these like different notes, and then all of a sudden they would play like a couple notes, and you'd be like, oh my god, they're gonna play this song. And so I really liked that. I liked that the lights were down. I liked that they made a big deal out of this song. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool effect. I really did like that. And so yeah, and then of course it was awesome to see that song, because let's face it, I like knew it and it was great and it was super fun. But I really liked how they had that as a tease. I thought that was a cool little effect. And then he kind of like did a shout out to a bunch of bands and people that I listened to. So he talked about Bon Iver, and he talked about David Gray and how they like impacted him, and how he feels like by writing songs he's basically like trying to find himself as a singer-songwriter. So I thought that was cool. And again, it's always interesting to see who influences an artist. So pretty cool that I knew most of them. So that was pretty nice. And then he went into this next song, and I like loved the story element. It was so good. It was definitely like a clear story from like start to finish. Really loved the lyrics. Thought it was really fantastic. Definitely didn't recognize it as much as I would have loved to, because I really like that song a lot. And then the next song had like this really quick feel. Actually, the next two songs did. And it was actually really interesting because so this first song that had this like really quick feel was definitely like a rock song. Like it was like quick and like quick paced, and instruments like where there were less at the beginning, but then so the first one there were like a lot of instruments overall, right? And so they had like this really great piano part, and it was just really fantastic. And so the second song starts with like those faster notes, right? He's saying almost like he was rapping a little bit, but you still had like that fast-paced feel, but kind of overall the song had a slower pace, which I know seems weird because I do think the lyrics were saying faster, but I think that the like overall pace, especially when it came to like the chorus and the bridge, was just a little bit slower. So I really liked it. I kind of liked the contrast, and you had these two songs back to back with this like fast pace, but then you kind of had this different feel for each of them. So I really liked that it didn't feel like the same old song. So that was really cool. I really like those two songs back to back. I thought that was a really good combo. So the next song, he said he wrote like for a long time ago, but then like decided not to release it just because it like meant a lot, and he didn't just want to like release it and forget it. But I guess it was a song that was like to represent hope and comfort. It had like, it was fully acoustic, so this was actually maybe the only song that was fully acoustic. A lot of the songs started acoustic, and then like the rest of the band would come in. So this was the only one that was fully acoustic, and I really loved a lot of the lyrics, especially at the end. Like just so fantastic, really, especially towards the end. So not necessarily the chorus that was repeated at the end, but that like last verse, or if you consider it the bridge. So good. Definitely gonna look those up, because I really liked a lot of the lyrics. There's one lyrics about how like you used to talk to you in your dreams, or you used to talk to me in my dreams, or something like that, or I used to talk to you in my dreams. I just love it. I love that line. I can't wait to explore it. And even like a couple lines later, there was another line that really just grabbed my attention right away. So I really liked that song. And like, especially because you kind of go from these quick songs and then you get this acoustic song, and I was like, whoa. I was like, that may have just been a weird transition, but it really wasn't. It was really quite a good lyric song, so I really liked that. Then he started singing in like this deep raspy voice, and I kind of knew what song was coming up, but that was like the only time it was hard to understand him. But of course he was like singing in this weird like deeper raspy sounding voice for the effect. So I mean, it worked for the song, but definitely was the only time I could not understand what he was singing as clearly as the other times. But again, so that song was great because I knew it, and it was awesome, and it was just fantastic. So after that, there was a slower song that started with some strings, and so I really liked the music part, especially at the beginning. Was not a big fan of the lyrics of that song, and really like kind of in the middle they like build the instruments, and it was like full instrumental, and I just between the lyrics and that part, it really just it was not my favorite. But then of course towards the end they like went back to just the strings and the guitar, so I really did like the string part. I thought that was really good. Then he talked about how he really likes that, so a song can mean one thing to him. He could have written it for a certain person or for a certain reason, and then like as it's shared and people listen to it, it kind of adapts and becomes something different for them. And I swear that I've heard him say that before, or at least another artist say that before. I want to say it was him, and I don't even know where I would have heard that, talked a lot about that. And so then he said how this song is kind of like a song that is supposed to tell people that things will improve, and even if they're bad now, they will get better. The bad will eventually end. And then he played Outnumbered, and that was just so fantastic. Really, really loved seeing that song live. And of course, it was just like a song that I knew, so that always makes it super fun for me. So yeah, that was great. And it was definitely a song that I knew really well, so I really liked that. Then they played a song that I didn't know, and it was fine. It was just, you know, after you play Outnumbered, a song that I know really well, then you go into this other song, which is fine. It was like, oh, well, guess the show's not ending there. And I always like to have a show end on a song that I know. But yeah, so then after that, he introduced the band, and so I was also like wondering if maybe that was like the mini encore, even though they never actually went off stage. So I was like, okay, they're either going to play another song and then go off stage, or they're just going to play it. Because he said, we're going to play a couple more songs, but let me introduce the band. So I was like, all right, so this could be like the encore part where they like technically are walking off the stage, but really they're just introducing the band instead of walking off the stage. So yeah, so then after that, they did Power Over Me, which he explained was basically about just like falling in love with no like inhibitions whatsoever. You just fall, and it's just, it is what it is. And so actually after hearing that explanation, I really did appreciate the chorus a lot more, because I love the song overall, but the chorus is definitely like the weak part of that song for me. So the fact that that was then explained, I was like, oh my god, this actually really enhanced the song for me. So I actually was really glad that he said that, and I thought that that made a difference, especially for me. I mean, maybe it didn't for anyone else, but I thought that that definitely kind of made me like that song a little bit more, which was pretty cool. So again, it was just awesome to see, because I knew it, and I was like, this is great. I get to see another song that I know pretty well. And then after that, he explained that this was one of his first songs that he played, and you know, it's about those people in your life who just always kind of make you happy and make you feel better when you're down. And yeah, so there was definitely like a slower part, but I really did like love the lyrics. They were really fantastic. And then it came in like at the end with like full music, and like right before the song ends, you just get like this crazy guitar solo, but like not necessarily a solo, because all the other instruments were pretty like loud too. But yeah, so it was like definitely a pretty good end, despite not being a song that I knew or was super familiar with. But yeah, so score. Really, the opener was kind of just I mean, couldn't really understand the lyrics, which, as you know, I really don't enjoy. And like I said, if you know, I would have to listen to them myself just to like make my own opinion, but my sister said that they're hard to understand in general, so I don't think it was necessarily a sound issue tonight. I would be interested to see, so I will maybe like listen to some of their stuff. But yeah, definitely didn't really enjoy the first band lyrically, but definitely enjoyed them instrumentally. I thought the instrumental part was actually pretty good. So I did really enjoy that part of the show for the most part. But yeah, definitely overall it was not very entertaining, just because I couldn't understand the lyrics. But yeah, so then going to Dermot Kennedy, I mean, he was great. There definitely were a couple songs that were low points for me for sure, but I mean, I can't really complain. The songs I knew and the songs that I recognized were fantastic. And again, just like being able to hear the lyrics and like learn new lyrics that I didn't know before were just like so great. And a couple of his songs really like caught my attention, even though I didn't know them. So I really love when that happens at a show. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one an 8.0, just because the opener was and then Dermot Kennedy definitely had like a low with that one song that I wasn't a huge fan of. But I mean, really, other than that, can't complain. And again, even the songs I didn't know were really quite good. So yeah, let me know what you think. Were you there? Have you been to a different show? Did you want to go? Have you seen him before? Are you going to see him soon? Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.